morning, students. This is our biology class of class 12. Our chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plant. We have discussed the reproduction in flowering plant, types of reproduction, sexual reproduction, different process take place in reproduction. Now, in this class, we discuss endosperm and its development. You know, when secondary nucleus are fertilized by the male gamete, then triploid structure is formed. This triploid structure is known as endosperm. This triploid cell structure is known as endosperm. Endosperm provide nourishment to the developing embryo. This endosperm are developed in the cell and it provide food material or nourishment to the developing embryo. Now, endosperm are of following types. First one is free nuclear endosperm. In this type of triploid nucleus of endosperm, nucleus undergo free nuclear division without formation of wall formation initially. It means its nucleus does not bounded by the wall, so it is known as free nuclear type of endosperm because nucleus does not bounded by the wall. Now, second one is cellular endosperm. This endosperm is the example of primary endosperm nucleus undergoes mitotic type of cell division. It means the division of nucleus is mitotic. Mitotic means the number of chromosomes is same as the initial cell. So this type of endosperm is the example of cellular form. Next one is halovial endosperm, means intermediate endosperm. This endosperm is the lower and smaller, developed like a cellular type. For example, the Vallisneria. Example, halovial is Vallisneria. So, embryo develop both in monopod and dipod. Monopod plant as well as dipod plant. Now we discuss the difference between the monopod and dipod embryo. What is the major difference between the monopod and dipod embryo? First one is it has unicellular suspension. Its suspension is unicellular. In monopod, suspension is strong, so its stalk is a unicellular structure. But in dipod embryo, suspension is multicellular structure. Second one, monopod embryo has only one cotyledon. Monopod embryo has only one cotyledon. It means its cotyledon only one part. But in dipod embryo contain two cotyledons, such as gram. Gram contain two cotyledons. Okay. Next one is the position of plumule is lateral. The position of plumule in monopod is lateral, but the position of plumule is found between the two cotyledons. The plumule is lies between the two cotyledons. This is one cotyledon and this is another, and this is plumule. So plumule is inside the two cotyledons. Okay, so it is the difference between endosperm of monopod and endosperm of dipod. Let's see what is seed and formation of seed. You know that embryo and endosperm. In our previous class, we have discussed the formation of seed. Now we discuss the types of seeds. In this class, we discuss types of seeds. Now, first thing is monopod. Monocotyledonous seed. Monocotyledonous seed. Such type of seed contain only one cotyledons. So monocotyledonous seed, it means it contain only one cotyledons. Example of such type of seed are maize, rice, and wheat. These are the example of monocotyledonous seed because it contains only one cotyledon. Second one is dicotyledonous. Second one is dicotyledonous. Dicotyledonous seed. Dicotyledonous seed contain two cotyledons. This type of seeds are the example of dicotyledonous seeds are gram, pulses such as pea. Now, endospermic and non-endospermic seed. Endospermic means those seeds which contain endosperm in it is known as endospermic seed. Example of endospermic seed is maize and rice. Maize and rice are the example of the seeds which contain endosperm. Next one is non-endospermic seed. Non-endospermic seed means it does not contain endosperm, and the example of this type of seeds are gram and pea, which does not contain endosperm in it. So this is the types of seed. Now we discuss the difference between monopod and dipod seed. Difference between monopod and dipod seeds. Monopod seed has one cotyledons and dipod seed have two cotyledons. This is the major difference between them. Another difference is cotyledon is found in lateral part. In monopod, cotyledon found in lateral part or sidewise, but two cotyledon are found in embryonic axis. In development of embryo, the dicotyledon seed found in its axis, but in monopod it is found in lateral. Next one, food material are stored in endosperm. In monopod, food material are stored in endosperm because they have endosperm. But in dipod, they do not have endosperm. So its food material is stored between the cotyledon. Outer layer is made up of protein. Its outer layer is absent. In monopod, embryo is found one side of seed, but in this type of diploid seed, embryo is found other side or middle part of the seed. So this is the major difference between monocoid and diploid seeds. Now, what is fruit? Development and structure of fruit. When ovary is mature, then mature ovary convert into fruit. So fruit defined as the ripened or mature ovary. When ovary is mature, then it becomes converted into fruits. Then main function of fruits are, first one is protection of seeds and embryo. Fruit protect the seed because seeds are inside the fruit and it protect embryo. Second one, food is stored food material. In fruit, the stored food material are take place. Third one is help in dispersal of seeds. Fruit disperse the seed to the ground and another plants of fruit will be prepared. So this is the main functions of fruits. Now, the fruit normally possess of pollination and fertilization. The ovary develop into fruit. After fertilization, the ovary convert into fruit. Its fruit ball, pericarp, develop from ovary wall, and wall of ovary can convert the wall of fruits, known as pericarp, and seeds develop from ovules, and seeds of fruit develop from ovule. So this is the development of fruit. Now our next topic is true and false fruit. What is true fruit and what is false fruit? So true fruit develop from ovary. When fruit develop from ovary, then it is known as true fruits. If fruits develop from the another part of flower except ovary, then such type of fruit are known as false fruit. For example, apple. Apple develop from the thalamus of flower, so it is the example of false fruit. Next one is importance of fruit. Next thing is importance of fruit. How fruits are important to us. First one is the healing effect of fruits. Fruit rich in vitamins, so it is help to the inhale the healing the damaged part of our body. Second, rich in fiber. Fruits are rich in fibers, so it control our blood sugar level, because blood sugar is increases, then we take the fibrous diet, so it is also help. Next one is it has also help in high blood pressure and other factor increase the chance of heart disease. So fruits are rich in fiber are very important to us. Fruits are 100% bad cholesterol free. They are 100% bad cholesterol free. There are no cholesterol in food. Next one is fruit stimulate the memory. It increases our memory. consists of large amount of water. Fruit consists about 80% of water. Next one is fruit makes you feel better. If we take fruits in our daily diet, then we feel better. Okay. Now our next topic of this chapter is dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds by the means of many methods, such as we sowing the seeds in our field to grow the plant or vegetation. So dispersal by wind. First one, by wind, seeds are moved from one place to another. So the wind is the major source of the dispersal of the seeds. Second one is wing, fruits and seeds. The wings of birds contain some seeds, and if we take another place, then disperse the seeds here and there. So it is the another types of the dispersion of seeds. Seeds also dispersed by animal, and it is known as zooplankton. Zoon means animal and corin means to separate. Means animal spreaded seed from one place to another. This is another mode of dispersal of seeds. Seeds also dispersed by water. Flow of water takes seeds and it make from one place to another and then grown to the new plant. So seed dispersal by water is known as hydrocory. Hydros means water and corins means to separate. Next one is biological importance of seed dispersal. The biological importance of seed dispersal in a way that seeds are moved from one place to another place, and the different varieties in the different environment or different monsoons, the variety of plant are developed into the different places by the means of dispersion of seeds. So it is very important method, the dispersion of seeds, because in this way we have to take many variety, we have to grow many variety in different areas. Now we have discussed some important concept of this chapter, because this chapter is completed. So we have discussed the points, very important points of this chapter. Now listen carefully. We can discuss one by one these points to remember of this chapter. First one is pollination. What is pollination? Transfer of pollen grain from pollen sac to stigma is known as pollination. Okay. Second one is apomixis. Apomixis means the development of plant or embryo without fusion of gamete. The development of plant or embryo without fusion of gamete is known as apomixis. So these points are very important of our chapter. First one is pollination, second one is apomixis. Now next thing is parthenogenesis. Formation of seeds or eggs without fertilization. Formation of seeds, fertilization is necessary, but without fertilization, formation of seed, this process is known as parthenogenesis. So parthenogenesis is the process where formation of seeds take place without fertilization. Next thing is triploid. After double fertilization, triploid endosperm is formed. So this process is known as double fertilization. Okay. Next one is parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is the process where seedless fruit are prepared. So preparation of seedless fruit, this process is known as parthenocarpy. Next one is autogamy or self-pollination. When pollen grain of same flower comes on the stigma of same flower, then this phenomenon is known as self-pollination or autogamy. Then genitogamy. Genitogamy means the pollen grain of one flower comes on the stigma of the another flower, then this process is known as the genitogamy. Our next thing is polyembryony. Polyembryony means more than one embryo in a seed. When more than one embryo in a seed, then it is known as polyembryony. It takes place in Cycas and Pinus. Now, this chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plant, are completed there. There are some points which you remember. First one is largest flower. Largest flower is Rafflesia. Its diameter is 1 meter, and smallest pollen grain is Myosotis. Its diameter is 2.5 to 3.5 micrometer. Okay. Smallest flower is Wolfia. So these are some important things which do you remember. So this chapter is complete, and we take our next chapter, sexual reproduction in human reproduction. So our class is over now. Thank you. Take care of you.